So, the video I'm working on, which is about Nirnama, again, is taking a really long time for me to make, again, due to many factors, but one of them being that uni is a bitch. So, I'm just going to do a simple, fun little video where I show all of my art books. So these are all the art books I own. I don't know how much all of this costs, and I kind of don't want to think about it. As some of you may know, I am an artist, and because I am an artist, I like art. I enjoy art, and I've kind of been making like a bit more of a conscious decision to collect art books because I'm interested in art. And it's like art books are also just like a fun way for me to like support artists and stuff. Making art books is really expensive, so if an artist is willing to make an art book, then I want to support that because I think more artists should make cool art. I always find that art books are like a better worth for my money, I guess, because you're buying, technically speaking, if you think about it, you're actually buying multiple prints in one purchase. That's good value. Let me fix this camera angle. There's a lot of empty space here. That's probably better. There's a whole rule thing about not showing every single picture in the art book. You know, it gives you more incentive to buy it and pay for it yourself and support the artist more. But I also understand that most of these are Malaysian, and I don't think many of you are going to be able to purchase these anyways. So I'm not going to show every single thing, and I will link good lord. I just realized the implication of what I'm gonna say, but I'm going to link the artists for all of these art books in the description, probably in a Google Doc or something like that. And I'm going to implore you to support these artists because it's really hard to make art books. It's expensive. It's a whole dedication thing. So the fact that these artists are able to make art books or designs, it's cool. It's really cool. So I'm gonna start in no particular order, but I will like say which ones are the more recent ones, which ones are the more older ones, because some of these I got these when I was like 13, 14, give or take. The first one here is this one, Food Anatomy by Karu. I think it's by Karu. Anyways, let me check again. Le Delicatessen, I think that's Karu. This artist is an artist for a comic series that I follow and I like, and I was like the main inspiration for my art when I was like 14. So I was really happy to be able to like buy something like this. This is basically a little zine or an art book featuring some nicely drawn food here. I guess I would consider this like one of the earlier art books I ever got. Yeah. I was actually very confused when I first got this because I bought this thinking it was a comic because I was 14. I was 13, 14 when I bought this, and I didn't really understand the concept of an art book yet. So I was really confused that it was just pictures and no like plot, like a story, you know? But I liked it. I like looking at some of these pictures. I haven't looked at this book in like quite a long while. So it's kind of memory. Ah, God, these ice creams. I actually got a sticker of some of these ice creams here. I already used them in my journal once, I think. Oh my God, I like this one. I really like this one. I like the sweets one. Because of course I do. I actually I actually tried to recreate this drawing once when I was a kid, and I tried to submit it as a little assignment during my dorm school days. But yeah, go check out La Delicatessen 2019. Yeah, I would have been 15. I would have been 15 when I bought this. Earliest, yeah. Very nice. Very happy with it. one of my prized possessions here. Let me change this camera angle once again. Next one. Yeah, this is a little bit better. Tales of Hearth and Home. Stories, recipes, comfort food. This one is a pretty recent one actually. I think like this year. I bought this one this year during PBA KL, I believe. I think it is. I bought this and this one here from Toko Sue. Toko Sue is a local little Malaysian bookstore that sells a lot of like zines and like these kinds of like art books from indie artists that apply or like submit these to them. Recently Toko Sue had like a little zine competition, and you were able to submit your zine and have it evaluated and judged and be bought. So again, another one of these little zines featuring food and little stories from the artist about like her backstory with some of these foods. Little stories and anecdotes. Quite nice, quite fun. It was nice reading through these. And it was also like nice, you know, it's food. It's pictures of food. What can you hate about that, you know? This also like includes like little like recipes of the food, like some of the food that was featured in the zine, which is nice. This one's for butter chicken. I haven't actually followed any of these recipes, but maybe I could. Maybe I could. And also like a little step-by-step from the artist on how they make the drawings. Anyways, yeah. Quite fun. So next one here is called Recalling Forgotten Tastes, and this was something that I'm quite interested in, and I added a little sticker because it's my art book and I can do whatever I want. This one was something that I was quite interested in because this is a design about herbs and plants and foraged stuff that orang asli like communities like forage and collect in forests, and that's part of their lifestyle and everything. And design actually like covers a little bit on how they lived and how they how they forage for these kinds of like food here, these kinds of like leaves here that are drawn. And a lot of these are also accompanied by little short stories by the artists who visited these orang asli communities to kind of like learn more about these like foraged plants and what they like represent for the community and stuff like that. Some of these I recognize because I do have grandparents that live near forests, and they're also like a lot more traditional. They like eating this kind of stuff, but most of these I don't really recognize, and they're quite a fun little thing to read through. Malaysia is a country that has a lot of culture behind it that is a little bit endangered. I would say, and I think we all have like a little bit of a responsibility to keep that culture alive through learning these kinds of things. So that's why I was really interested in this little zine, because I feel like I could learn what this artist has learned. Very fun. I like this one. If there's anything I would recommend, I probably would recommend like these two books, these two zines and art books. They're very informative. I like them. Next one is a bit of a fun one here. This is an art book by Tixit. Tixit makes a lot of these kinds of sci-fi, mecha, I guess. Yeah, I guess mecha is the right word for it. And I believe this one was the most recent at the time of me buying this. And I bought it because I don't really draw mecha very often, but I have thought about it a few times before. I didn't even think about this purchase very much, but after like buying this book and like looking through Tixit's Tixit the artist, Tixit's like other social medias and like looking through all of his like artwork and stuff, it's very nice. I think I've become like a bit of a Tixit fan because now I'm trying to collect all of Tixit's art books now. These next two ones are the art books for Nirnama, the novel that I'm now making a second video on because I'm insane. These are two art books featuring illustrations that Nene Hani made for the Nirnama novel. These ones include some like CGs. Is that the correct word for it? CGs of from the novel, sketches from the basic sketch to the like completed detailed thing, and I like this one a lot. I love this one because also like it just kind of like it's a little bit of a reminder to me a little bit to like keep my sketches as simple as possible, because yeah, you can refine it later. Because I think it should be C. Yeah. Very cool. This one is the art. This is again another art book, but this time it's the art book for Nirnama 2, the sequel. And I haven't really looked through all of the drawings yet because I haven't finished the second novel yet. But I like that it actually includes a lot of the character art here. The first art book didn't have the character art, so yeah. Spoilers for Nirnama 2, gang. Woo! Woo! Spoilers for Nirnama 2. I don't care about spoiling myself, mainly because I'm dumb and I will just forget what I looked at in like right after I finish filming this. So these are OC Zines by the amazing artist Ilya, another artist that I really admire and quite enjoy. Ilya has the most beautiful art style and like painting style I've ever seen, and has the most beautiful OCs I've ever seen. Basically, this is a design introducing Ilya's OCs and you know who they are, what they do, little illustrations featuring them all together. Very cool, awesome. Go support Ilya. Here's the QR code. And this is the second design. I actually bought this one first. So I had the second one first for a really long while until the next convention. I went to Ilya's booth again and bought the first design. So very cool. This one also just like really good art as well. This one's my favorite. That was another like food themed design. This one is by Hamu, and this one came in like a really fancy little envelope with a wax seal and everything. Another like aesthetic food themed design. These are like really popular all over Instagram and stuff. Yeah. But they're very cute. I like it. Mint chocolate, nice. I actually have the print that came with this art book on my little cork board here. Let's just open up here. Yeah, it's this guy over Executor. Yeah, it's this one. It's cute. I don't know if this is like a limited print limited to this art book, but it's there. It's there and it's nice. Very cute. I also spent a lot of time flipping through this. Next one! Oh, this is definitely ancient. This is ancient. This is definitely when I was like 14. This is a zine based on the mobile game, fan zine for the mobile game Food Fantasy, which is a gacha game. It's a horrible fucking game. Don't play the game, but I really enjoyed Food Fantasy at the time, and I was really surprised to find something Food Fantasy related in a Malaysian convention, because I'm gonna be for real, Malaysian conventions don't necessarily always have like niche little things. It's always like the popular flavor of the season anime stuff. This is a it's not really an art book, it's more like a zine comic thing that features all the characters in Food Fantasy being weird and cool. And this one's my favorite little guy. His name is Brownie. I was really happy to see him in the design. These are the artist names. Mangaki 2019. 2019? Yeah, I would actually be 15. I don't know why I keep saying I was 14. I think because I got into Food Fantasy or like I got into like these like convention stuff at 14, and then like I wasn't really 14 yet when some of these conventions were happening. I don't know. My memory always defaults to 14 for some of these. This one is definitely like a recent one as well. Furries and weapons. But it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's furries with their weapons. It's just furries and weapons, and I like that because I like furries, I like weapon designs. I win. I got this because I wanted to like have a reference of different types of weapons that I could take inspiration from if I ever make characters that use weapons. It probably wouldn't happen very often, but I do just want to have it. I just like looking at this kind of stuff. Yeah, here's the artist. Go follow him on Facebook. Next one is another design that I got from Tokosue. This isn't really like an art book per se. It's more like a little bunch of like blogs and essays compiled into one zine. But I wanted to include this because I wanted to show that because the other two books were pretty high-end production. It's very high quality, you can tell. This book was significantly more expensive than this book, and you can instantly see why. This one has perfect binding. This one is basically stapled. Yeah, it's basically just stapled together and feels more like a magazine, and this one feels like a really actual proper book. But I just wanted to show this because I wanted to show the kind of range that Tokosue has and why I like it so much, and why I would recommend anyone who wants to look into the indie artist side of things, especially not necessarily the really mega popular Malaysian artists necessarily. If you just want to look into some indie artists, some niche stuff, you can go to Tokosue. I really encourage it. This one is something I got from CAFKL, I believe, and I was really excited to buy this because this artist is actually on Shopee, but I don't usually get to buy from it because Shopee always says that the artist is away for vacation, and Shopee doesn't let you buy things from vendors that are away from vacation or are inactive, which fair. But I wanted to buy something from this artist, and I'm happy that I'm able to now because of the convention. Very cool little guy. Here's the artist name. Next one is also another fun one. This one's also from CAFKL, I believe. And this one was from a booth from a group of artists where they all kind of like collabed together to create this art book. And as you can see here, I got the 7th copy out of 40 because I'm special. Basically, this book is divided into a few sections. Each section starts with like a little bit of an introductory page of the artist, and then it's followed by the artist's art that they decided to put into the book. I got to briefly chat up with the artist in the booth for a little bit, and they're very passionate. They're very and here's like another cool like usage of the of the Zine here. Like I think these two pieces are connected to each other a little bit, which is very cool. But yeah, the artists that I chatted up with, talking about this art book, were very passionate about it, and they seem to really like what they do, and I want them to keep doing it. I don't want them to stop. Okay, this one freaked me out a little bit. The astute among us might recognize that this girl is wearing looks a little bit familiar. No, this isn't me claiming that this person copied. It's just like it's a little bit funny to see a character that looks really similar to my little guy. It's just kind of funny. I think I remember a friend pointing out design and was like, "Autumn, that's you," and I was like, "Oh shit." But yeah, this is a little like kind of like song Zine, including these two characters. So this girl's from modern day. This girl is from like olden Malaysian days, and this is kind of like a song Zine featuring like drawings of them communicating with each other via magical letters that can somehow travel between time. And all of these pages have like a little song lyric here that represents what the page is showing, I guess. I think I called the pink-haired character a girl. I think it's a boy, actually. Let me see again. Yeah, here it is. Amir. That's not a girl's name. Another artist that I quite like, Baroque Gothic. That's the business card. Baroque Gothic. Oh, QR here. Anyone wants to scan that? This one I got because of the really cool line art, really cool ink, using horror stuff. It's kind of funny. I don't really like horror as a genre. I don't really watch horror movies. I don't really enjoy horror games. They scare me too much. I have anxiety and it just spikes up my high blood pressure. It makes my heart beat too fast and I hate it. It makes me too scared. It makes my anxiety worse, honestly. But I do like the aesthetics of horror, and I do like hearing summaries of horror movies and horror games, which is nice. Some people may call me a pussy for that, and I probably am missing out. It's probably horror is best to be experienced on your own, but also I'm trying not to die from a stroke, I just try to enjoy it through art like this. Another artist that I enjoy. All of these books are from artists that I enjoy, and I don't know why I have to keep clarifying that, but this is an artist that I particularly really really like, and this is going to be something I want to take care of forever. This is a art book from artist Avocado 6, and I am so glad I found this in such good condition and for like such a markdown price secondhand. It's so good. This is an art book featuring a compilation of all the art Avocado has made. If any of you have watched my art style videos, my art style video where I talk about how I made my art style, I mentioned Avocado because Avocado is such an amazing artist. Oh my god, I love Avocado's work so damn much. I could honestly make a whole video talking just about Avocado. It's amazing. It's just good. It's just good. And like, look at how thick this art book also is. This is so much content. This is so much like art that I just have now. I can just like look through it whenever I want. Oh gosh. But yeah, Avocado 6 is like my favorite artist of all time, basically. So being able to own like an art book like this is amazing for me. These two, as you may know, were a bit of like the star in my recent Anamangaki video. I wasn't expecting to buy from this artist, but I walked past this artist's booth and was absolutely blown away by her prints and her like style and like her paintings and stuff like that. And I just decided like I needed to get an art book. I just needed to get something from this artist. It's just like I don't really even know what else to say. Like, what else can you say, honestly? Like, what can you say? What can I say that just won't be explained just from this drawing alone? Like, what can I say? What can I say? Oh my, this one's my favorite. And it's like it's like the middle page, which is always the best. Like, what else can I say at this point, you know? It's just like, it's beautiful. And I kind of want to be able to do a study of this like painting style one of these days, because I just need to like understand, you know? I just need to understand how this is made. Like, man sometimes there are just some times where you will walk past artists and their art and you will just be absolutely blown away. The reason why I really enjoy buying art books and stuff just from like indie artists in general is because like every indie artist is really unique. Every indie artist just like have their own spin on things because of their own experiences and stuff like that. So it's like I always have that feeling of, oh, I'm never going to find anyone like you again. You are the only person that I can just like experience this art from. And we're in the same country. That's insane. That's insane to me. It's amazing. I don't know what else to say. So moving on from that. I know, lots of praise there, but moving on from that, these are actually new art books I literally bought like an hour before I started recording here. I recently went to the ogacha store, which is like a combined store between Ogacha, which is like a figurine store here, and chub.my, which is an abbreviation for Creative Hub for Malaysians. It's basically like a little, like, I want to say organization, I guess. Is organization the right word? But it's a little organization where Malaysian artists can kind of like sell their goods through. I guess it's kind of acts like a little bit like a publisher. Chub basically helps Malaysians sell their goods, like their prints, their stickers and stuff, and, you know, put it in a storefront for people to be able to just like easily buy, so they don't always need to go to conventions to get something from an artist or something like that. I don't know what the details of the deal exactly are, but there is an option, and it's through Chubb that I got these two art books. Now, this art book is an art book called Fantasia by Shilin Huang, featuring art from 2015 to 2017. And I wasn't actually planning on buying an art book. I wanted just like a little small treat for myself because I've been having a really bad month these past few months. These past few weeks have just been like really awful for me. So I wanted a small treat. I was actually thinking of just buying an art print and maybe a blind box from Gacha if I was feeling it. But then I saw this art book and it derailed everything because I was able to open it and I saw amazingness. The thing that was just very striking for me was this page in particular, where it showed off like a step-by-step of how Mr. Huang draws specifically like the lighting for his piece, and it results in like this beautiful artwork. It's really interesting to me because I struggle a lot with lighting. I don't know if you guys can notice in my art, but I struggle a lot with dynamic lighting like this, or like dramatic lighting like this. And I want to include more like cool lighting, more interesting lighting, because I'm not very good at it. I will probably be referencing from this art book a lot so that I can do good art. This one's a bit of a funny one. So this is another art book I got in the Chubb store, and this is The Stories of Dwarves, inked art by Li Hao. And I opened this and I immediately wanted to buy it because that's here. You open it, you open up the cover, and it's like, it's normal. It looks normal. And then open up the next page. Do you see that? Do you see that, chat? It's upside down. Everything, literally all of it, all of the prints here, every single one of the prints here are upside down. This is 25 ringgit, which I checked on the Chubb website. They listed it for 20 ringgit on the website, which I'm guessing is like not including shipping and stuff like that. It was so ridiculous. And this was the only copy of it, by the way. I believe I checked the shelf. This was the only copy of it left in that particular Chubb store. And obviously the art is still really good. I love the art. This is like really good like ink art, right? This is amazing. I like this one. I like the art. But I would be lying if I said that the majority of my decision for buying this was just because I found it really funny that literally all the art is flipped except for the cover and like the first page here. Now you might be thinking, Autumn, you got scammed, dude. You got scammed. You paid for something that was a defect and it was listed for much more expensive than it actually was. And you'd be wrong. Because now I probably have the only art book that has this problem, which means that this art book is actually more rarer than like a normal art book. So technically speaking, I didn't get scammed. I actually scammed Chubb by taking this away from them. Yeah, the art is good, but also I just found it really funny. This is our book that I made a short or a reel or a TikTok, or whatever you kids want to call it these days. But it's an art book for Blue Period, which is my favorite manga ever, and anime ever. It's a really good anime. It's a really good manga. If you are an artist or you study art, you should definitely try reading it. try like watching it. It's especially the manga, like the anime kind of covers like the typical arc of like the main character going from like wanting to learn art to joining a prestigious art school, but then the manga also covers like what happens when you're inside in the art school and how it feels to slowly be burnt out by the very institution you worked really hard to get into. And this is the official art book, which features artwork in the manga. Like these are all like basically artwork that was in the manga and anime. And when I mean artwork, I mean like the art pieces that the characters make. These are also just like characters. The characters like talking to each other about like certain famous pieces by classical artists. It's all in Japanese, which is something that I can neither read or understand. So I just have to enjoy the vibe, I guess. This is a painting that the main character makes, which is very cool. Some more like drawings, and this is like a little bit of like a behind the scenes, a little bit behind the scenes, a little bit of sketches from the mangaka. This one is I saw some because like this goes from like glossy paper to like manga, like just paper, and this is a bit like a extra exclusive manga for this art book in particular, and it like covers a bit of a backstory for the main character. Why did that take me so long to say? The main character, Yatora. The main character is a character who is constantly trying to fit in and kind of be normal, but art has let him be authentic to himself and to other people. And it's also like another theme in the manga and anime. You should watch it. Lord, please, you read it. It's on Netflix and available online. Oh, fun one here. Okay, I don't remember how much I paid for this, but I will say though, this is an art book by Nene Hani, the artist for Nirnama, and what I will say is that I've seen some listings of this art book going well over 800 ringgit, which is out fucking outrageous. That is insane to me. I got this for almost 200 or 150. I can't remember. It was in that ballpark. But 800 ringgit is insanity. Is actual insanity. I don't remember how much Nene Hani sold this art book for, because it was I think it was exclusively pre-order. You had to pre-order the book. But it was definitely not 800 ringgit. I can probably safely say that it was probably not 800 ringgit. That is absurd. That is an absurd amount of money. But this is also a really big one, so it's a bit heavy for me. This is a art book featuring Nene Hani's old artwork, and basically talking about like the progression of her artwork from the olden dark anime times to the golden skillful anime times now. Like the difference is insane here. It was like a really fun read. I remember I actually had her sign this. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. I had it signed at Animanga here, I think. And she told me that she wanted to make this book because she wanted to showcase what an artist's journey would typically look like. That kind of like beginner phase, and then that experimental phase that a lot of artists go through, and how someone just like tries to build up their own style here. It's very cool. Yeah, here it is, the Nirnama pages. I'm gonna be for real. I I mainly got this book because I thought there would be more Tuha content. I'm gonna be so real. But she dedicated an entire section to Nirnama, which I feel like that indicates that maybe Nirnama was a very important project to her. And you can see it from the way like she talks about it. She's been hired by other like publishers and authors, and you know, to make comics and stuff like that. But she talks about the Nirnama project really in depth here, which is very cool. This project must have meant like a lot to her. Unfortunately, there is no Tuha content to be found though. It happens. It happens. You just like a character that the artists and the authors don't care about. You know, it happens. That's fine. This one's another funny little art book I got from Comic Fiesta. The thing about this art book is that I'm trying to collect. I got the second book here, as you can see, the big old number 2 here. That means this is the second one, and I was really hoping to be able to collect the first one and the other art books that the artist has. Unfortunately, I met the artist during CAFKL, I believe. Yeah, CAFKL. I talked to the artist. I mentioned to them like, hey, I mentioned to him that I was like, hey, I bought your big old poster, which is this one, by the way, this big old mecha thing that is taking up like like a good like almost half of my corkboard here. Hey, I bought your poster and I've gotten your art book. Do you have your other art books? And he told me, sorry, no. He was like, sorry, I don't have the original files anymore. He literally cannot print the art books again. So I am just forever stuck with the second art book and the second art book only. But honestly, that makes it even more rarer because like, and more valuable because like, he's probably gonna delete the fucking files for this artwork too. Which, well, holy shit! Well, you're kidding me. I want more of this. I want more of this, but you just gone. You just deleted your stuff. You've lost it. What the frick, man? So this is a PSA to everyone to please save your files. Please just get like extra storage or something, man. Please. Last one here is the fucking funniest one of them all. So, this may not be a very known fact that you guys may know about me, but I really like Natsume Yujincho, or Natsume's Book of Friends. I found this on Carousel for second hand, and I believe it was being sold for less than 10 ringgit. I'll have to check again. It might have been for like 6 ringgit or something. The listing said it was a picture book. I reverse Google searched this image of the cover from the listing, and I did not get an exact match. This is like a poster for one of like the newer seasons of the anime being released soon, or maybe it would have been, but it wasn't an exact match because it didn't have like any of this text here, and it did not have this like logo here, especially not in white. And I asked the seller, like, hey, can you show me more pictures of this? I'd like to see more. And they showed me the back of the cover, which is then even more perplexing to me because again, this is a poster or like an image or like a promotion for like the seasons or the movies. And I don't know if you can see it. This is a very low quality image. I don't know if it comes off on camera, but it is a blurry ass fucking JPEG that they, like, it's like a blurry ass JPEG that someone ripped from the internet and then put it on a book. put it on a book cover. And I was even more perplexed because then I started searching Natsume Yujincho art books. I got nothing. There is no official Natsume Yujincho art book. I bought the book and it was just like, it didn't answer any questions because let me show you what's inside this art book. This is these official images, which okay, fair. But there's no publisher, no date, no nothing. It's like inside is a blank cover. Official artwork, and then there's fan art. This is fan art. This is very obviously fan art. More. This is the manga image. I think this is also like an anime promotional image. This is more fan art. There's fan art in this art book. This is very obviously fan art. And there's like it's like a compilation of like low quality official images that were taken from Google search and then fan art. It's so surreal to look at it. Yeah, it's like literally like an official image right next to fan art. It's so surreal. It feels so surreal. And you can also see that it's like cropped really weirdly as well. Like Nyanko-sensei's head is like a little bit cut off here. And I was literally so confused. I actually like asked like a Discord server that I'm in because that Discord server is filled with people much smarter than me. I had to ask that Discord server that I was in to... I just told them about this art book. I was like, this is like a really weird art book I found on Carousel. And I showed them this like barcode here with the ISBN code and everything. And they searched it up and there was nothing. Literally, it led to nothing. And and one of the people on the Discord server was like, oh, I think you got yourself a bootleg art book. Who is out here bootlegging Natsume Yujincho merch? I don't get that. I was so perplexed by the concept that anyone would make bootleg merch, would make a bootleg art book of Natsume Yujincho and then sell it for less than $10. I'm aware of bootleg merch. I am aware of like sketchy merch. I am very much aware of like those little like stores or little booths that sell like acrylic standees of like the Genshin character art, you know? Like, I'm aware of those things. I'm very much aware of, like, that kind of, like, side of anime merch. But I've never seen a bootleg art book before. I legitimately, like, I didn't know people bootlegged art books. Because in my head, art books are, like, way too expensive to really print. So I don't understand. I guess, like, people that bootleg, they're able to contact suppliers that are willing to like print in bulk, which means that they're just able to print like really cheaply as well. It's like, it's just insane to me. I understand the concept of bootlegging, but why bootleg Natsume Yujincho? No one gives a shit about Natsume Yujincho. What's going on? Who is the target demographic for this? I guess it's me. I guess I'm the target demographic of this book. I guess, if anything, I just played myself. So these are all the art books I own. I've always wanted to make this kind of video. I had fun making it. Now I have to put all of this back together onto my shelf, which is going to be a pain in the ass, but that's fine, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me ramble and flip through art books and stuff, talk about random shit. Hopefully, once I'm done with this semester, I'll finally be able to post an actual real video. Aside from that, these are just gonna be the kinds of things that you'll have to deal with from me. Do all the things YouTubers ask you to do, you know, like, subscribe, check my social media links, yada yada yada. I have commissions open on my VGen, but you can also just contact me through my Instagram or Discord or Blue Sky or anything that isn't Twitter, because I don't have a Twitter account anymore. I stream on Twitch sometimes. I stream a lot of art. I have a Ko-Fi where you can have memberships and stuff, cool little things, and you get to see exclusive art and early artwork and stuff. Thanks for watching this unnecessarily long video. My voice is about to give out. I am gonna go sleep. Stay safe, my foresty friends. Bye bye.